My name is Blain Edwards. I had laminectomy at L4, L5. Oh, it was horrible. I had been sore for a while, and then in the fall, it just went totally bad. And I got to the point when I really knew I was in serious trouble was when I was in the Denver airport and I couldn't go. I couldn't walk from gate 2 to gate 88 where my next flight was, and I had to get them to push me in a wheelchair. I just could not physically walk. The pain was so bad. It was going down both legs, and I just, just take my breath away. And I just couldn't do it. I was okay sitting and I was okay sleeping, but I couldn't walk, couldn't move without just being in excruciating pain. I think I tried to lift something wrong because as I look back over that whole time, I'd been working and having a house remodeled, and we moved a bunch of furniture out and things, but I was sore after that, but it wasn't until later on that all of a sudden I started getting the shooting pains down both legs. So it was in my glutes and it was going down both legs, and I thought massage would work. Did that, didn't work. Came back to Houston, went to a chiropractor, and I had some incontinence with it. And I mentioned that, and they sent me off to get a MRI. MRI and CT scan, one or the other. Go off, get the scan, come back, and the chiropractor looks at me and says, "I can't help you. You need to go see these people." Went to the pain doctor. I expected I was going to end up with shots of cortisone. Went to that doctor. That doctor looked at me, looked at my MRI and says, "I can't help you." He said, "It may work for a day or two, but you really need to come see a surgeon." And he recommended Dr. Francis. And that's how I ended up here. And I got here. It was really interesting. I got here, and Dr. Francis, I'm talking to him, and he says, "You need to have this surgery." And I said, "Okay, when do I need to do this? A couple months, when do I need to do this?" And he's like, "Yesterday." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "It's that bad." He said, "You keep waiting, you can end up with permanent damage." So I came from being, not being able to walk, and within 3 weeks, I was through the whole process and basically scheduled for surgery. I was lucky. I didn't have to fight it for a year and a half, but I couldn't have. I would have, ruined myself. Surgery on the 17th of December. I walked out of the surgery to my car with my wife. We walked out to the car, walked to the parking lot, and Dr. Francis said, "Go walk a mile that day." And I did. And it didn't hurt. I was sore from the surgery. I was sore from the incision, but all of the pain was gone. Just that day it was gone. It was amazing. You just got to do it. You can't wait. I have a friend of mine right now going through this same issue, and she keeps putting it off and hurting herself. And, look, come here. If you don't need the surgery, they're going to tell you if you don't need it. But like me, if you have a big piece of your disc that's broken off, I looked at the MRI and saw myself, I needed this. I could physically see the chunk that was pushing up against my spine and the spinal cord, and I could see the curvature of the spinal cord from that. I had to have it. And if you're in that situation, do it, because it isn't going to get better without it.